Welcome back to KittyDiva. Today, we unpack a dark, disturbing tale from Amman, Jordan. A story of family blood, an honor killing, and a daughter who turned into a cold-blooded sniper to feed her endless hunger for revenge. Lock your doors, and let's get into it. In 2011, in a neighborhood within the Amman Governorate, lived a traditional Jordanian family. A father, a mother, and their two daughters. Because of severe health complications, the mother could no longer bear children. Desperate for a male heir to carry his name, the father decided to take a second wife. This decision was met with absolute rage and rejection from his first wife and his two daughters, who stood firmly by their mother's side, ignoring their protests. The father went ahead and married a respected 39-year-old woman. Soon, she gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. Overjoyed after years of longing, the father showered his new wife and son with an overwhelming, almost obsessive amount of attention. To keep both families close, he bought a house right next door to his old apartment, sharing a single wall. But instead of bringing peace, this only fueled a catastrophic silent hatred. The younger daughter, 22-year-old Sana, despised her stepmother with every fiber of her being. She carried a dark, suffocating grudge in her heart that dated back 5 years. In 2006, Sana's older sister suddenly vanished from home. For a whole month, the frantic father, his brothers, and his entire extended family searched everywhere. Eventually, one of the uncles tracked the young girl down and, under the toxic pretense of clearing the family honor, brutally stabbed her to death. The uncle surrendered to the police and was sentenced to 7 years in prison. But during the interrogation, a horrific detail emerged. Sana discovered that it was her stepmother who had twisted her father's mind, constantly mocking his manhood, saying, "If you were a real man, you would find your daughter who is running wild and blackening your face in public." This toxic instigation is what ultimately led to her sister's brutal murder. Sana, possessing a cold, fearless personality, swore to avenge her sister. She initially waited for her uncle to finish his prison term so she could execute him. But her fiery hatred turned towards her stepmother first. She wanted to shatter both her stepmother and her father in the most agonizing way possible, by executing their precious little boy, her own half-brother. For years, Sana watched from her window, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But the stepmother never let the boy out of her sight. That is when a demonic idea crossed Sana's mind. She would become a sniper and assassinate the boy from the safety of her rooftop. She secretly stole an old pistol her father had hidden in the house. To master the weapon, she manipulated her favorite maternal uncle, lying to him that she wanted to learn shooting just as a hobby. The unsuspecting uncle agreed, bought her ammunition, and took her up to the roof, training her on how to load, cock the weapon, and clear jams. Sana practiced ruthlessly, shooting at trash cans and stray cats from the roof, until she became a perfect marksman. When her father noticed the gun was missing, Sana cleverly hid it inside a pair of jeans tucked deep within a heavy bag of winter clothes, leaving him to completely give up the search. Then came the fateful day in 2011. Sana was waiting on the rooftop, fully loaded, when she heard the heavy thud of her neighbor's door. Looking over the edge, she saw her stepmother walking out, tightly holding her little brother's hand. With the chilling composure of a professional sniper, Sana aimed the pistol straight at the little boy and pulled the trigger. Boom! The first bullet missed the boy and tore directly into the stepmother's back. Terrified for her son, the bleeding mother instinctively shielded the boy in her arms. Sana, completely unfazed, fired a second round, hitting the stepmother again. The mother collapsed into a pool of blood, dying instantly on the pavement. Sana quickly hid the weapon and ran downstairs, blending in with the horrified crowd of neighbors as they screamed and wept around the blood-soaked body. When the police arrived, they initially suspected a male shooter, interrogating all the men linked to the family. But the real breakthrough came when they called the first wife. The mother nervously confessed that Sanaa had vanished right after the crime, fearing her father might harm her like her sister. When investigators revealed that the victim was killed by a specific old pistol, the father struck his head in realization, shouting, "My pistol of that exact model was stolen from my house." Within 3 days, the police tracked down Sanaa. She confessed completely without a single shred of remorse, coldly stating, "Yes, I did it. I wanted to slaughter her son to burn her heart forever, because she is the monster who triggered the murder of my older sister 5 years ago." The truth exposed the family's dark, buried history. The uncle who trained her was arrested and given a lenient sentence after proving he had no idea about her murderous intentions. Sanaa was sentenced to death by hanging. However, in a shocking twist, her broken father stepped forward and officially dropped his personal charges regarding his second wife's death, causing the court to reduce Sanaa's death sentence to life imprisonment. And that is how a cycle of blood and honor ended in absolute ruin. If this tragic, twisted mystery moved you, please subscribe to KittyDiva, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends. See you next time.